Hey, Steve Gamache here with another episode of Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product reviews. And in this review, we've got the Kohetsu Shidogame R White number 2 Nakiri 165 millimeter knife. So, as indicated, the core steel in the center, the cutting edge steel, is what's known as Shidogame R White paper number 2 reactive high carbon steel. Heat treats around 62 Rockwell on that, and the construction is 3 layers on either side of that hard core reactive steel. You've got a soft iron reactive cladding. So this is an all reactive blade. There's no stainless or semi-stainless on it. This reactive iron cladding has a protective, what's known as kudauchi or blacksmith finish on it, with kind of a crinkly, almost nishiji pear skin type finish to it. So it's got an interesting finish. And then you can see the kind of the sandblasted finish on the grind as it comes down towards the edge, and there's your core steel peeking out there. The weight and dimensions on these will vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 140 grams or 4.9 ounces. Edge length for the usable part of the tip here is about 6.5 inches, 165 millimeters approximately, and the edge length is right about 11 inches on the whole thing. The spine thickness, these are fairly thick coming out of the handle with the tang, and then they thin out pretty drastically, so don't be scared by this number, but it's about 3.5 millimeters thick here back above, coming out of the handle above the back of the heel, and then it went way down to like 1.7 halfway across, so this thins out quite a bit. That gives it a little bit of flex in the front half, but a lot of stiffness in the back half. And then if you look, you can see blade height about 49.7 at the back, and then about 52.5, so it gets a little taller as it goes. And handle is just nothing fancy, but it's a basic octagonal ambidextrous handle with walnut and black paca wood, which is a stabilized wood product for the ferrule. And then we've got looks like pretty nice glue up. There's a little bit of a gap at the top and the bottom, so if I were you, I'd take a little something and seal that up. Could be, you know, beeswax or some kind of sealant that you want to use there, but seal that up so you don't get moisture in that reactive steel in the handle there. Circumference on this is about 73 millimeters where the two materials meet. This handle's not real long and fairly light, and the blade's got some width all the way out to the edge, so that's going to bring our balance point forward, which really is pretty doggone close to a pinch grip, so that's really good actually for a pinch grip. So there's the balance point for me. That's almost on the money for a pinch grip, my hand. You've got a good generous neck here coming out of the handle into the choil, the back of the blade, and they've got a pretty good finish job on that. They've relieved the edges of that. They've also done that with the spine, so they've got good fit and finish on this. So it's a nice grab there for your finger. Let's take a kind of a beauty shot of this thing. A little hard to show the various areas of it, but so you've got an embossed, looks to be pressed in kanji on the right side of the blade. Here's kind of a close-up of the crinkle finish. It's fairly smooth, got just a little bit of texture to it, not a ton of hammer marks. It's got some rust, kind of refined rustic to it. And then this is the left side of the blade as you'd be using it. So it's a cool finish, and every knife's going to be a little different, so they'll all be unique. Again, core steel coming out, and there's your edge bevel right there. So it's pretty straight, pretty decent grinds on this. Let's see what else. As I mentioned, the fit and finish is really pretty darn good for this style of blade. And let's take a look at what the cutting board profile looks like. So this one's got a little bit of belly to it. Every knife could be just slightly different, but this gives you an idea what this maker likes to do. So it's not a super flat Nakiri, but it's got a little bit of belly to it. You could definitely rock this, since the tip on this, as it's not a traditional tip on these knives, so you can actually rock with some of these pretty doggone well, and you could definitely do that with this one. So it's not super flat, but you can definitely do some chopping with it. Definitely push, pull, cuts. Real tip draws would actually work really good on this. You can draw the tip through products. So just a neat knife. So it's pretty light. It's got a fair amount of stiffness in the back half, but definitely nimble. The grinds are nice. The steel's really good. So it's It is an all-reactive blade, but you'll be rewarded with ease of sharpening on this for sure. So this is the Kohetsu Shidogami R White number 2 Nakiri 165mm knife.